Good afternoon, Tudor Liliana. I am here ready for today's session. As usual, I'm going to wait for my students to get here. For that activity, we are going to wait for another 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, my girls, good afternoon. I am here ready for today's session. I just gave 5 minutes for the students to get here for the activities we are going to develop today. Good afternoon, Patricia. How are you?
Good afternoon, teacher. I am fine, and you?
I'm feeling much better. Thank you. Vivi, nice to see you again.
Hi, Tudor. How are you?
I guess not as well as you, and I'm ready to fight for today's session. Well, I received a message from Diego this morning, and it's impossible for him to be here today with us because he had to travel to a different island because he had a meeting with I don't know who. So it's not possible for him to attend to today's session, right? Oh, there we have Catherine. Catherine, hello. I hope you don't have any technical trouble today.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Hello. Not as well as you, but ready to fight for the things we have to do here today. Catherine, please, Vivi, please activate your cameras. I need to see your faces. I need to see that you are there and not hiding.
Sorry, teacher. Give me a minute.
A minute. Vivi, let us see your face and do me a favor, please. That's better, Catherine. I'm still waiting for my birthday cake. I wanted to eat some, but there was no cake for me. Vivi, you there? Okay, Vivi is not there. Well, let's start with you, Catherine. Would you please tell me and tell the group about the things we did the previous session?
We worked about past perfect continuous. We explained the grammar and made some writing exercises, and we start some reading exercises, uh, but for the time we don't finish.
Yeah, because of the time, we couldn't finish that session, but we did, I think, one reading exercise. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe, will you please remind us about the things we did in the previous session?
We were studying. What was it? Okay, we were studying the past perfect, past perfect, past perfect progressive, and some readings.
Okay, thank you. Patricia, is that right? Is that what we did? Past perfect continuous?
Okay.
Would you
Hello.
please say that again? The communication was broken, so I couldn't hear.
Mm. About the past perfect progressive, I did understand some things, but like rules, grammar, uh, and for finally the last section, we we did read in some reading.
Okay, that's right. So
No,
a little review about the past perfect progressive or continuous. We covered affirmative, negative, just no question statements. Let's remember that the auxiliary verb to use is has been, and the main verb of the sentence is in ing form. And that's what we did. We have been studying all the past tenses. And guess what, Bibi? What are we doing today? Please remind us. What is the session about
I
for
think
today?
you're going to continue reading.
Oh, we are going to continue reading. Oh, Catherine, what are we doing today?
mm, I like Vivi. I think like we're going to do reading exercises.
Okay, so you think the same as Bibi. Patricia, what are we doing today? Do you remember what I told you about?
I remember about reading, give answer of the question.
Okay, so let me tell you that we are not going to do any reading exercise today because I need to cover all the things I have programmed for today's session. Of course, it's connected with the past tense because the past tenses are so huge to be covered in English. And basically, we are going to take a tour. We are going to travel in the past. We are going to concentrate on the 40s, on the 50s, on the 60s, on the 70s, and finally on the 80s. And that's why I need you to be concentrated on today's statements. Um, and let's start. I'm going to show you a slide to introduce a special expression that is very common and very useful in English, which is used to. So let's see the components of used to. Okay, my friends, as you can read on the slide on your screens, we have the expression used to. Used to is like saying acostumbrado a. If I say I am used to, or I used to, or she used to, whoever the person it is because that person used to do or used to be accustomed to doing something. So the first perspective I need you to concentrate, as you can see here, is part one. Used to introduces a past sentence about how things used to be or how things used to have or things people were accustomed to doing. Well, so we're going to have different activities and please pack your bags because we are going back in the past. Well, let's go to the 80s, the most wonderful decade for me, the 80s. So as a title we have how the 80s used to be. Patricia, will you please read the small information that appears on your screen?
Great. Hello.
Will you please read the information you have on your screen, Patricia?
Okay. How the 80s used to how the 80s used to be. Cell phones. They were very expensive when new and at first used only by top executives and serial traders. The original mobile phones from the 18th were referred to as brains because they were as big as a house brick or brick.
Break.
Teacher.
Okay,
Break.
Bibi, will you please read the same information?
How the 80s used to be. Cell phones. They were very expensive when new and at first, used only by top executives and city traders. The original mobile phones from the 80s were referred to as bricks because they were as big as a house brick.
Okay, thank you. Catherine, will you please read it again?
How the 80s used to be. Cell phones. They were very expensive when new and at first. Used used only by top executives and city traders. The original mobile phones from the 80s were referred to as bricks because they were as big as a house brick.
Okay, thank you. Now it's my turn. How the 80s used to be. Cell phones. They were very expensive when new and at first used only by top executives and city traders. The original mobile phones from the 80s were referred to as bricks because they were as big as a house brick. Okay, my girls, let me tell you that I have the conception that the mobile phones or the cellular phones appeared in this century, but I was mistaken when I tried to get information to show you here on this screen. I had no idea that the cell phones were in the United States in the 80s, as you can read here, but they were compared to as a brick. Brick in Spanish is ladrillo. Okay, so according to the structure we can see on this information, ladies, when you use the expression used to be, I am showing you here on the screen, you have to be ready to use adjectives, okay? The way things used to be with adjectives. In this first reading, we have the adjective expensive. Expensive is costoso, all right? Top executives. Top is like saying maximum. Top is another adjective.
The boss.
Yes, that's right, for bosses. And look at this one, big. So please keep in mind that whenever you use used to be, you have to connect the ideas using adjectives. Well, I need you to take a look at the vocabulary displayed on this slide and let me know if you have any questions or any problems understanding the vocabulary. No problem for anybody? It's all clear?
I don't know the word trader, for city traders.
Okay, city traders are like saying businessmen, like comerciantes.
Okay.
And as I told you, bricks is ladrillo. Okay, I'm going to tell you a short story or a short experience I had when I first had my first cell phone in my life. Okay, in 1997, I grabbed the first cell phone in my hand. Okay, so it was like 21 years ago. So that technology arrived in Colombia approximately in 1996. And I do remember that they were big, they were heavy, and they were very expensive. If you need to make a phone call from a cell phone, it used to be like 1,200 pesos 1 minute. So you had to have money if you needed to make a phone call from your own telephone because there was no public service at that time. And I do remember that I had a Nokia phone style. It was very big, and the battery used to be heavy too. And we used to call them panelas here in Ibagué. Tell me about you, Bibi. Do you remember the first time you grabbed a cell phone in your life?
Yes, I remember it was in 2003, I think.
2003.
Yes.
Wow. Catherine, when did you have your first cell phone?
Uh, it's when I was 18, like 10 years ago, so 2008.
In 2008, the first cell phone you had.
Yeah.
Okay, and Patricia, tell us about the first experience you had with your cell phone. The first cell phone you had in your life.
Or in my life, I had approximately mm, 12, 12 years when I know the cell phone. It was very big and quite important for communication. Yeah, but no more.
Okay, good. So everybody had the first experience with cell phones like 10, 12, and even more years ago. But it has changed my life and people's life in general. Great invention. Okay. I had no idea. I repeat this information. I had no idea that in the United States, cell phones appeared in the 80s. Take a look at this picture. Look, the telephone used to be as big as a man's head. Very big anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's take a look at, uh, at this information and relate it with video games. Patricia, please read the small information.
How the how the 80s used to be video games. They used aids to play and they were surreal. The images were cold but not very relaxed. New video games tend to be complicated and very realistic. The graphics are amazing and the stories are always very entertaining.
Thank you. BB, please.
Okay. How the 80s used to be video games. They used to be very easy to play and they were surreal. The images were cool but not very realistic. New video games tend to be complicated and very realistic. The graphics are amazing and the stories are always very entertaining.
Thank you. Catherine, your turn.
How the 80s used to be video games. They used to be very easy to play and they were surreal. The images were cool but not very realistic. New video games tend to be complicated and very realistic. The graphics are amazing and the stories are always very entertaining.
Okay, thank you. It's my turn about video games. They used to be very easy to play and they were surreal. The images were cool but not very realistic. New video games tend to be complicated and very realistic. The graphics are amazing and their stories are always very entertaining. Well, as I explained to you in the previous slide, using to be, we need to have um, adjectives, okay? Adjectives. There we find easy. We have also surreal. We also have realistic. We have here complicated. Again, very realistic, amazing, and very entertaining. Okay, so please keep this on your minds. Now, about the video games. I have been so aficionated to video games all my life. I have to confess that is one of my weaknesses. But let me tell you that the first video game console I had in my life, we have to go back to the year 1988. I was 16 years old, and the name of the video game console was Atari. I I I am not sure if you know about the video games because you are women, but I have met women who are very aficionated to video games too. And I remember my granny bought me one console, and I also remember that only rich people could have access to these video consoles because they used to be very expensive. But we were not rich. The only thing is that my granny loved me so much that she made a big effort to get me one. Once she got to, I don't remember where she went, and when she got back to the city, she gave me as a present a beautiful Atari, and with the controls and all day long. Okay, so I I was very lazy at doing school homework because I used to dedicate so much of my time playing games. And I still remember my mother was very upset because my grades at the school went down. Um, and she was right, okay? Because as I told you, I am very aficionated to playing games. At the present time, let me tell you that at home we have three video consoles. We have a PlayStation 2, we have a PlayStation 3, and we have a Wii console. And with my son, listen to this. We used to spend like 6, 7 hours playing video games, and my wife used to be very upset
My God.
because so many hours playing games and screaming and fighting and discussing about the game so she couldn't sleep. But I still, when I'm on vacation from university, vacation from work, I I get it out, but PlayStation 2, because I have a lot of games and I play here in the living room for 4 or 5 hours every day. So it helps me to get some kind of relaxing time. Okay, so but it's not me the one who has to speak, but I need to listen to you. Bibi, tell us about the experiences you ever had with the games consoles.
I have never had video games because I hate them.
No!
Yes,
Don't
my
say that!
son is a video game fan, and I, I can not uh, understand why a person spends so many hours doing that stupid thing.
You gotta take part of these video games. Why? Why? Why do you hate these games and these consoles?
Because I saw my nephews and my cousins playing that, and they were like you. They were bad at school, they don't help at home, they don't do anything in their life because they are like zombies playing all day.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So deep travels. You have never had played video games in your life? Not even
No,
once?
no,
No? Pac-Man,
never. Mm-mm.
Mines, nothing?
Nothing.
All right. Okay, good to know that. But Catherine, I know that you love motorcycles, and people who love motorcycles usually play video games. Let us know about your experience with video games, Catherine.
Yes, I like that. Not much, not like you. I, I my first video game was an Atari when I was like eight
Uh-huh.
years.
Uh-huh.
And but we are three sisters, and in the house there was there was only one
One
Atari.
television. Ah,
So
one Atari and one
yeah,
television.
yes. So always was we was fighting because we want to 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 play the video game. So my mother always, um, how do you say regañar?
Oh, she called your attention.
Yes, because we always fight for plate. Then, like 15, 16 years, I visited my friends, so I played with with they because in my house it was pro, pro,
Prohibited.
prohibited the video games, and now I don't have any console that I visit my friends and play on weekends, but only 1 2 hours, no more.
All right, not as long as me.
No,
No.
too much bold for me.
Okay, great experience. Patricia, let us know about your experience with video games and video game consoles.
Mm, I don't like that, because I consider that is bad. I'm sorry for you. Sorry, but I consider.
No, no, don't feel sorry
uh,
for me. I feel sorry for you because you don't have the possibility to play and distract yourself.
no,
We can distract with more other things.
No, yeah, I understand, but yeah, you can distract yourself, but nothing can be as entertaining as a video game.
That's because you like them.
Yeah, I love them. I don't like them. I love them.
Huh?
But
I can see.
Patricia, you have never played video games?
when I was child, I played Atari, but no
Atari,
more. But
Pac-Man, yeah.
when I was child,
Ah, when you were a child, now you are an adult.
no, no.
Okay, good to know that. Now let's go back here to this screen. Maybe vocabulary you don't understand? Well, there we have the word surreal. Maybe you understand the word, the sense of
Uh,
surreal?
yeah, it's like not real.
Not real, that's right. All right. Take a look and compare the images here from the top side and take a look at the bottom side. These images used to be not very realistic, as the article says. Not very realistic. But now here, down here, we can see very realistic. When I see my son playing games on PlayStation 3, these images are very real. They are very like attractive for the kids, attractive for people to play those games, even though they are much more difficult. I am getting old and I am not very fast to play this kind of games. Well, now let's enter into something that is more attractive to you because you are women. This is what you like. Ah, this is for you.
They look
Catherine, Catherine, please read this information.
How the 80s used to be. Hairstyles. Hairstyles used to be very complicated in the 80s. They used to be very high and had a lot of volume. Most
Yes.
of the hairstylists used to have a very tall forelock for women, and in men they used to have a lot of hair in the back. They used to need a lot of hairspray.
Okay, thank you. Patricia, would you please read it again?
Hairstyles. Hairstyles used to very complicated um, 80s in the 80s. They used to very high and had a lot of volume. Most of the hairstyles used to have a very tall forelock for women, and in men they used to have a lot of hair in the back. They used to need a lot of hair spray.
Thank you. Bibi, it's your turn.
hairstyles. Hairstyles used to be very complicated in the 80s. They used to be very high and had a lot of volume. Most of the hairstyles used to have a very tall forelock for women, and in men, they used to have a lot of hair in the back. They used to need a lot of hairspray.
Okay, thank you. Now it's my turn for hairstyles. Hairstyles used to be very complicated in the 80s. They used to be very high and had a lot of volume. Most of the hairstyles used to have a very tall forelock for women, and in men they used to have a lot of hair in the back. They used to need a lot of hairspray. Well, help me identifying some adjectives, Vivi.
Okay, high or very high. Let me
Okay,
see.
high.
Very tall,
Okay, very tall.
very complicated,
And very complicated. That's right. So these are adjectives because we are using the expression used to be. Now that you are the experts, Catherine, please let us know about your hair style like 10 or 15 years ago.
When I was in the primary school, My
Yeah.
mother explained me here. I can move my eyes because the palmera say my mother. Hear me? I can move my eyes. I don't like
Jesus.
when
Really?
when I was in sixth grade. I I made my hair, so I make me I don't know how do you say trenzas.
Trenzas are like ponytails like Laura Ingalls.
Mm. So I made my hair, but,
Ponytails.
I never
Ponytails
like.
son
Uh,
las colas de caballo.
okay. I made here low ponytails, and no more. I don't like much. I like the short hair.
Okay, that what is about to ask you. How long is your hair? But I can see that it's short, right?
It's really short.
Okay, but in the past it used to be long.
Yeah, yeah. My
Oh,
father don't like to cut my hair. I used to use my hair very long, but I don't like
okay, not anymore.
now.
Okay, good. Patricia, let us know about you, the way you used to have your hair when you were a child, a little girl.
A child. I always use in my hair ponytails.
Oh
Always.
yes. Wow, it's very long.
Yes.
Yes, it's very long.
Okay, and
I
when
don't
you
like the
were
short hair.
no, you don't like the short hair.
No, I don't like. I'm sorry, Kato. I don't like.
Hey, Patricia always feels sorry for everybody here in the group, even for the teacher. Good to know that. Okay, but Vivi, tell us about your story of your hair when you were a teenager or a
It
child.
was terrible.
Why?
I look like these women here. I had a forelock here in my forehead,
Yeah,
but with a great volume. I look like an ape.
really?
Yes, because
Yeah.
look at this is my hair.
Is it long or short? Wow, it's long.
Yeah, it's long but very curly.
It's curly.
So
It's
and
waved.
it's curly, yeah. And when I was a child, I didn't know how to
To comb your
to
hair.
exactly. So I always was like a witch.
Okay, that's the way you like it. Well, when I see these women on this slide, something comes to my mind because in that time there was a TV series called Alf. Do you remember Alf, the Alf style?
Yes, I remember.
And in Colombia, here they used to say Copete Alf. Copete Alf. For example, let's take a look at this woman here on this side. You see a very high forelock. And look at this one here. As we could say in Spanish, alborotado, right? Crazy hair, but wonderful. So the girls, women used to have their hairs in this way. Now for men, I do remember these rock bands. Maybe you remember Guns N' Roses. All the singers used to have the long hair similar to these girls. One of my favorite rock bands at that time. Also remember Def Leppard. Def Leppard is another band which was one of my favorites. Singers, I remember John Bon Jovi, uh, David Lee Roth, uh, the Rolling Stones, all these guys from the 60s, 70s, and 80s used to have long hair, but not anymore, right? This time is long in some cases, but the style is different anyway. Well, do you have any problem with vocabulary here, or it's okay?
It's okay for me.
Yes, it's okay. Good. Well, and the final one we have about music. Please, Catherine, read the information you see on this slide.
American music. The artists, singers, and songwriters used to be sensitive to nature and love in the 80s. They used to compose love songs with true meaning. There were many quality pop artists such as Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Lionel Richie, Cindy Lawrence, and many more. I
Thank
can
you.
see.
Okay, Cindy Lauper.
Okay.
Patricia, please read that information again.
American music. The artists, singers, and songwriters used to be sensitive to natural and love in the air in the earth. They used to compose love songs with true meaning. There were many quality pop artists such as Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Lionel Rich, Cyndi Lauper, and many more.
Thank you. Vivi, your turn.
Okay, American music. The artists, singers, and songwriters used to be sensitive to nature and love in the 80s. They used to compose love songs with true meanings. There were many quality pop artists such as Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Lionel Richie, Cyndi Lauper, and many more.
Okay, thank you. It's my turn for American music. The artists, singers, and songwriters used to be sensitive to nature and love in the 80s. They used to compose love songs with true meaning. There were many quality pop artists such as Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Lionel Richie, Cyndi Lauper, and many more. Okay, according to experts, the 80s, uh, the 80s were the most wonderful decade for making music. It was the decade for blooming. Every time new artists were appearing as the decade was going on. So I do remember that when I was learning English, I used to sing songs, especially from Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson used to be my favorite song writer and producer and singer. It was very painful for me to know, or the day he died, it was very painful for me. Also, I remember Prince, and some of them are here, so I can identify this guy with the sunglasses. He is Stevie Wonder and Diana Ross. We have here Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Cyndi Lauper, Latoya Jackson, Jermaine Jackson. Let me see who else. Kenny Rogers is here. Bruce Springsteen, Willie Nelson. So many different artists. In my collection, I have a great collection of music from the 80s, and I have about 700 songs, but the only songs I like because there were so many more creations. Uh, do you remember, Catherine, about this picture? Do you remember what happened in those days?
No, teacher. Really? I don't
You don't
know. I
recognize,
only know Michael Jackson.
but do you remember why those artists reunited?
No, I don't know.
No, maybe Viviana, maybe you know, maybe. Please tell us the
Uh,
story of this picture.
well, I don't know, but I think it was for Christmas.
For Christmas. No,
No?
no. I'm not going to ask Patricia because she's so young. Well, let me tell you the story of this picture. We have to go back to 1985. Many American producers and singers reunited because they wanted to collect funds. They wanted to collect money for dying people in Africa. Children were dying from famine and illnesses in Africa, so they decided to reunite and record a long play. The name of this art or what they created was USA for Africa. And the principal, the most important song in the record was We Are the World. Maybe you have heard that song, We Are the World, we are the children, we are the world, so make a better day, so let's start giving. If you haven't heard that song, you can find it on the internet. We are the world. So it caused a great impact. And they collected funds, money, and they donated that money for poor people in Africa. So there is a story in that music. Now let's go back to your lives. Vivi, what music did you used to listen to when you were a teenager?
Well, I used to listen to romantic music, um, but from that picture that you have there, well, I remember Stevie Wonder.
Uh-huh.
Stevie Wonder, I remember one of his songs. It was "I Just Called to Say I Love You,"
Uh-huh.
and the
Oh,
other one,
yeah.
uh, Bonnie Tyler. I remember the one that turn around. La, 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 la.
Bonnie Taylor.
Yeah,
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
exactly.
Okay, very romantic
I
music.
love that song.
Uh-huh. Okay, but only in English or in Spanish too?
In Spanish too.
Okay, good. Catherine, what kind of music did you used to listen to
Mm,
when you fell in love? Your first
I don't
boyfriend?
remember. I with my sister we listened and sing el baile del gorila, mayonesa,
Your final
la bomba. Things
Ah,
like that. No, I don't listen music in English when I was child and reggaeton. I don't know. Now I listen English music, but when I was a child, no, no, no much.
okay, not much. You were not aficionated to listening to music. Patricia, tell us, what music did you used to listen to like 10 years ago?
Before, I I always like the romantic music.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like baladas americanas, yes, American ballads.
American ballads, yeah.
Ballad.
Romantic music.
Yes, I like me that because um, they they sang they sound very slow in English.
Okay, so you can understand and you can like Bibi's song and my song. Okay, good. And how about Nietzsche? You are from Valle del Cauca, is? No, Nietzsche?
Really, I don't like the salsa. I don't like. I
Um,
I
When
am
I was
not worried.
wow. A
when I was
girl
child, my
from
father.
Valle like
for
salsa
to
music.
for
Jesus
to dance
Christ.
it is good for for dance, but for
I
listening,
feel
that
sorry
I
for
don't
you
like
this
that.
time.
Me too.
Sorry for you this
Don't
time.
worry.
Okay, good. Well, so it's time to say goodbye to this first part where we had the opportunity to work used to be. So don't forget to connect used to be with adjective most of the time. Now we are going to include have. Take a look at this information. What all things used to be and have. When we use have, we are going to use nouns for objects. Nouns in Spanish is sustantivos. So don't forget, next time you used to be, adjectives used to have parts, used to have nouns, used to have objects. Now let's take a look at the first example. Here we have the question. How did old televisions used to be? ¿Cómo solían ser los televisores viejos? They used to be heavy, white, and in black and white. Es como decir, ellos solían ser pesados, anchos y a blanco y negro. But the second question, what did all televisions used to have? Now the question is different. ¿Qué solían tener los televisores viejos? They used to have antennas, a channel knob, and a wooden box. As you can see, there we have parts or implements or small parts like antennas. Take a look at this antenna, similar to letter B. They are not this way anymore. They used to have a channel knob. Channel knob is like saying como un botón de canales and a wooden box, como una caja de madera. They used to be, it means that they are not the same way anymore. So they used to be, it's in the past, okay? If you want to change channels, you have to stand up from the sofa, go to the television set, and do what you have to do, change channels. Because not even a TV control, right? That's why we are fat, that's why we are getting fat, because we are not doing much exercise. So all these televisions are in the past. Well, next one. Let's take a look at this. What all things used to be and have. This time we are going to analyze swimsuits. Trajes de baño. How did all swimsuits used to be? They used to be big, black, and ugly. ¿Cómo solían ser los vestidos de baño? Solían ser grandes, negros y feos. So adjectives. The second question, what did all swimsuits used to have? ¿Qué solían tener los vestidos de baño viejos? They used to have buttons and a skirt shape. Buttons. Let me tell you a secret, okay? I still remember once I traveled with my granny, and I took a look. I concentrated on something that called my attention. and her swimsuit had buttons. Buttons is botones. El de mi abuelita tenía botones. And a skirt shape en forma de falda. Take a look at these ones here, here, the skirt. So I don't think Viejitos Verdes at that time, screw. Nothing to see, nothing to show, okay? Because they used to be big, eran muy grandes, and nothing to see. Now the final one is with people. We can also talk about people in the past when they were young or when they were child. What old people used to be and have? How did Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be? He used to be strong, fast, and athletic. ¿Cómo solía ser Arnold Schwarzenegger? Él solía ser fuerte, veloz y atlético. If you imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger in the present, he's surprised, not anymore. And the second question, what did Arnold Schwarzenegger used to have? Que solía tener Arnold Schwarzenegger. He used to have a big muscles, good fame, and a good life. At the present, I would say that he has a good life, but I think he has big muscles or good fame. He has a bad fame with those things. Okay? So if you have any question, if there is something you don't understand, this is the time when you need to express yourself. Please let me know if this is okay or if you have a question.
For me, it's okay.
Okay, Catherine, Billy, you have questions?
It's clear for me too.
Okay, Patricia, you have any questions?
Teacher, in I have a question about the last in the it's wins.
Where?
Please help me. Here no. Before.
This swimsuit?
Yes.
Okay, the word
Because
trajes de
why is they and or that's
skirt shape.
before and no for the pronoun they
The pronoun.
Vivi, please.
you
I think she's talking
you
about the pronoun they. She's asking why they and not it.
Oh, okay. Now I understand the question. Okay, very important question, Patricia. When we refer to a one object, we say it. If we
mm,
reference two, three, or more, in English we say they. One object is it. Different or many objects is they, okay?
uh, I I could to use that for plural because
Yeah,
you
you can
speak
say
about the person.
yeah, they is not only for a person. It's also
Okay.
for animals, it's also for things. That's why in the answer we have they. They is because one, two, three, four, five, six, and many more. And the word here is plural, swimsuits. Okay, is that clear?
Okay.
Good.
It's clear, teacher.
Okay, now continue here with exercise number one. You are going to take a look at these four pictures, and now you are going to select two. You can select these two or these two, whichever you want, okay? And you're going to answer the question. How did these things used to be and how these things used to have? For every picture you select, you have to write two sentences, okay? Write two sentences. One sentence with to be and one sentence with to have. You please have 4 minutes to solve this exercise one. Please proceed.
Bueno, amor.
Pictures used
Okay, ready, girls?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we are all ears. Bibi, can you please share your examples?
Okay, Sharon Stones used to be beautiful and she used to have forward and wavy hair.
That's right. Next.
Coke's bottles used to be small and they used to have metallic lids.
Okay, good. Good examples. Catherine, please read yours.
Uh, pictures used to be in black and white, and they was very expensive.
They were very expensive.
Ah, thank you. They were. And I don't know. what used to have. I don't did this.
You
And
didn't
Bogota,
do this.
I didn't. And Bogota used to have few buildings and cars. And used
Oh,
to be small. I don't know.
all right. Yeah, yeah, it's correct. Patricia, please read your examples.
Okay, in the first for the pictures,
Okay.
how did old pictures used to be? They used to be black and white.
Yes.
Uh, what did old picture used to have? They used to have frames in metal or marcos en madera. Is frames,
Frames.
frames in metal.
Metal frames.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
Okay, no more. I don't have more for the time.
Okay. Too much, too little time for you. Well, no problem. Now you're going to listen to mine. For pictures in the 50s, they used to be thick in black and white, and they used to have only two colors, black and white. Bogota in the 40s. It used to be colder, smaller, and more secure. And it used to have big houses and few avenues and streets. For Coca-Cola bottles, they used to be small and only made from glass. They used to have a white logo. For Sharon Stone, she used to be beautiful, extremely beautiful, glamorous, and elegant. And she used to have long hair and a bigger fortune. Okay, my friends. So we did this small practice related to some pictures, to a city, to Coca-Cola, and to Sharon Stone in the past. That's right. Well, continue here. At this time, it's the time for confessions. Confessions. That's right, Vivi. This time we are going to speak about ourselves. No more about Sharon Stone, no more about swimsuits, no about televisions, no more about Arnold Schwarzenegger, no more about Bogota, but these sentences are related to us. Diego is the father, but he's not here today. Uh, he-
For the confessions.
yes, confession. Today was supposed to be Monday uh, for these things, for confessions. That's right. Okay, so I am going to show you a different perspective. No more to have, no more to be, okay? Please, if you take a look at these pictures, we have different verbs. And the sentences are true. I am telling you something about me in the
Oh
past.
my God,
Look at
you
number one.
were bad.
Yeah, yeah, but I am a different man. I repented. I am a different human. Okay, take a look at number one. I used to kill my granny's hands with stones. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Can you say
Sorry
that
for you.
about it? No, no, no more sorry for me. Do you understand this in Spanish, Phoebe?
Yo solía matar las gallinas de mi abuelita con piedras.
Oh,
Terrible.
yeah, terrible, terrible, terrible. Two, I used to steal my granny's savings. I discovered her piggy bank and I used to steal from my granny. Money from my granny. What's that in Spanish? Maybe tell the group.
Ah, ok. Yo solía robar los ahorros de mi abuelito.
Yes, my granny. Granny is abuelita. Oh, Christ. And the final one, take a look. My granny used to have two cats. My brother, my older brother, and me used to get the cats and turn around in the same position, in the same place, and we were very dizzy. We let the cats go, and they start bumping into the walls of the house. That's cool. It used to be cool. You see the picture you have? Well, I must confess that I am a different human. I am a different man. I am not in the past, okay? These are some of the things I used to be when I was like 13, 15 years old, okay? So I am a new man. Don't worry. You can invite me to your homes. It's no problem. I will not kill your hands or steal your money or damage your cats or animals. Well, another perspective. It can only be negative things. These things are positive things. Look, I used to watch the Pink Panther show when I was a kid. It was one of my favorite TV programs, Pink Panther show. Number two, I used to play Tio Rico with my friends on Saturdays. I used to enjoy Saturdays because we reunited two or three more friends to play Tio Rico all day long. I remember these old days. And finally, I used to walk to school when I was in high school level. So we didn't have the possibility to take transportation or the school bus. So I had to walk to my school. It took me about 40 minutes from home to get to school. So I used to walk, I used to play, and I used to watch, okay? So we are not going to stay on saying F or B. Well, there's one more exercise here, and it's exercise 2 for you girls. What did you used to do when you were a kid? I told you about my things, but this time you're going to take as a reference the pictures we have here. The first one is going to the circus, going to the movies, playing hide and seek, roller skating, buying or eating candies, eating chicken or eating pizza, whatever, play a sport or practice a sport, or traveling or going out with your family, okay? So this time, take these pictures as reference and select 3 or 4 actions according to these pictures, okay? So please take 4 minutes to, to do this exercise. Select 3 or 4. Proceed, please. Okay, ready, girls?
Ready.
Okay, Catherine, please be the first to read your examples.
I used to go to playground with my family all weekends.
Okay.
I used to play basketball on the school team, and I used to fight a lot of with my sisters.
Oh, wow, but fight is not here, but it's okay if you have discussions with your sisters. Patricia, please read your examples.
I used to play soccer when I was child. I used to play hide and seek.
Yes.
Hide and seek. I used to travel with my family at Buga,
Okay, to
at
do
City.
good. Vivi, what did you used to do?
Okay, I used to watch movies on our black and white TV on Sundays. I used to go to the beach on vacation time. And I used to eat a lot of candies at birthday parties.
Okay. One more?
One more. Okay, I used to eat, what's that? Okay,
Excellent exercise. That's right. Well, now let's take a look for the negative statements. This time we have didn't and the main verb in present. Don't forget this information. Whenever we make negative sentences using the auxiliary verb didn't, the main verb is in present form. These are also from my real life. I didn't used to watch soap operas on TV when I was a kid. Attention, when I was a kid. Now I watch soap operas, but in the past I didn't used to watch soap operas. Now I didn't used to play golf when I was a kid. I have
Luciana estuvo ocupada.
played golf. I hate good golf. It's not attractive for me. Ha! How about this one? Visiting my granny, a different granny. No,
poor
not
granny.
it was a different granny. The the granny I used to steal, she passed away. She died. The other one is still alive. But I'm speaking about the one who is still alive. When I used to visit her, she used to give me much soup, and I didn't like that. I didn't used to eat soup when I was a kid. And now at the present time, I love eating soup. Okay, so these sentences are also from real life according to my lifestyle. Okay, these are also true. Now, it's your turn again. For exercise 3, what did you used to do when you were a kid? Now we have 9 actions. Take a look at all these actions and let us know about the things you didn't do when you were a kid. But just take on mind these actions, okay? In 3 minutes, select these actions and tell the group what you didn't used to do when you were a kid, okay? Proceed.
I finished because I was a good girl.
Oh, it was an easy exercise. Okay, let's listen to you. Okay, please read your information.
I didn't go to bed late and I didn't take things without permission. The other things I did.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, Catherine, have you finished?
I did two sentences. I didn't used to go to bed late when I had to go to school. And I didn't used to make my bed on weekends.
Okay, good to know that. Patricia, please let us know.
And I didn't used to go to bed later. I didn't used to go to bed late when I was a kid. I didn't used to make my bed
Only two
when I
things.
was a kid.
Wow. So I am the bad guy here because I have four. Okay, listen. I didn't used to go to bed late. It was mandatory to go to bed by 8 p.m. I,
Yes.
I didn't used to tell the truth. Sorry, girls. I didn't used to tell the truth. I had to invent stories when I was a kid. I didn't used to make my bed. I hated when I had to make my bed. It was like a punishment for me at that time. Now I have to make the bed every day. I am responsible here in my home for making our bed. And finally, I didn't used to take things without permission. It was prohibited to take things without permission.
But you
Okay.
took your granny's saving.
Because it was my secret. It
Well,
was my secret.
I
It
remember.
never discovered. Never
Because they didn't used to tell the truth.
Ah, that's
no.
why.
Oh, she's dead. She had a car accident and she died.
I'm
So
sorry for your granny.
it's it's no time for regrets. Well, girls, now the question form, starting with the auxiliary verb did. This space is for the subject. Did you, did he, did we, did they, use to, and the single verb. For example, did you use to make your bed? Did you use to go shopping with your mother? Did you use to ride bicycles with your friends? Oh, when you were a kid, of course. Patricia, did you use to make your bed? Short answer. Patricia, short answer. Did you use to make your bed?
No, teacher. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
So, how do you respond?
Mm,
The
I
short form.
used
Short.
the shirt.
Yeah.
I not. I didn't used to
Stop.
make my bed.
No. Short answer is no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Easy. Catherine, did you used to go shopping with your mother?
No, I didn't.
Bibi, did you used to ride bicycles with your friends?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so don't forget the short answer, yes I did or no I didn't. Yes she did, no she didn't. Yes we did, no we didn't. The short answers. And before we say goodbye, we have exercise 4. Ask the teacher yes no questions. This time, pay attention girls. This time in this exercise, we are using have again and be again. So the question can be, teacher, did you used to have? Many friends, so you have to identify if they are adjectives. If they are adjectives, use be. If they are nouns, use have, okay? So the first column is for Bibi. The second column is for Patricia. And the third column is for Catherine, okay? So in 2 minutes, prepare the questions for me. Please proceed. Take a look at the information. If you want to form the sentence, the question, do it. 2 minutes. Okay, Bibi, ask me the 5 questions.
Okay. Did you used to have many friends when you were a child?
Oh, yes, I did.
Did you used to be envious?
Yes, I did.
Did you used to be a womanizer before getting married?
No, I didn't.
Did you used to have a few books at home when you were a kid?
Oh, yes, I did.
Did you used to listen to much music in the 80s?
Oh, yes, I did. Excellent questions. Patricia, you are next. The column in the middle, ask me the questions.
Did you used to be did you used to be shy?
Yes, I did.
Did you used to have little money?
Yes, I did.
Did you used to be friendly?
Yes, I did.
Did you used to and here I am not sorry. Is have for
Be,
listening
be lazy.
and be lazy.
Be lazy
Did
is
you use
like ser perezoso.
sí, bueno. Did you used to be organized?
No, lazy, yes, I did. And be organized, yes, I did. All
Okay.
right. Catherine, please ask me the questions.
Teacher, did you used to have many girlfriends when you were teenager?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Hmm. Did you used to be jealous?
Repeat?
Did you used to be jealous?
Oh, oh, yes, I did.
Did you used to outgoing without permission of your girlfriend?
Oh, okay. Outgoing is an adjective, okay? Outgoing is like buena gente, abierto. So be outgoing,
Ah, okay.
right? It's an
Ah,
adjective. Repeat the question.
so did you used to be outgoing?
Oh, yes, I did.
Did you used to have many problems when you were teenager?
No, I didn't. Final
That's all.
question. Don't you have the bad name?
I don't know what is bad name, teacher.
Vivi, do you know what bad name is?
Bad name? Uh, like bad fame?
No. Okay. Bad name is have a bad reputation.
Okay.
Did you used to have a bad name? No. No, I didn't. That name is bad reputation. All right. I'm going to stop showing you the slides so you can see my ugly face again. And here I am. I haven't gone yet. Well, it's time to say goodbye. We covered more than 10 minutes more, but it's okay. It's no problem. I have to keep on working. Baby, please, it's your time to say goodbye and how you felt today.
Okay, the class today was very entertaining. I liked it very much. And I reviewed the use to form of the verbs. And I feel great. Bye bye.
Okay, good. Catherine, would you please say goodbye and how you felt today?
For me, that class was very funny. I smile and laugh very much. Um, um, Thank you. I'm sorry for Diego.
Well, she had the opportunity to make some money today for confessions. Okay, Patricia, say goodbye and how you felt today. Activate your microphone.
Um, I like this class because I didn't understand many things. Because yes, it was very funny. What? Bye bye.
Okay, was funny
Thanks
and
for all.
okay. Listen, for Wednesday session, we will finish working the expression used to, but it's a different perspective, okay? So get prepared, and I hope to see you on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Okay, girls? Thank you for being here, and goodbye. Take care.
Okay, bye
Goodbye,
bye.
teacher. Thank you.
See you on Wednesday.
Goodbye. Okay.